What did you do out there in the world before the shit hit the fan? Can you even explain why you did what you did before the shit hit the fan? Do you feel a twinge of nostalgia for the little things we used to do? Would you like everything to go back how it was before? Oh, and what will the children remember from before the shit hit the fan? Will they even believe that there was such a time as before the shit hit the fan? Will they say, oh, it must be dementia? Those poor old folks, they just can't perceive that the shit's been hitting the fan all along, like continuously, I believe. Oh, and what will we do out there in the world now that the shit's hit the fan? Can we even imagine the things that need doing now that the shit's hit the fan? Can we brainstorm a next course of action? Maybe keep the shit down where it goes. Can we find the big switch that turns off the fan blades in time? Nobody knows. Here's a song by a songwriter named Adrienne Lenker. She's the leader of a band called Big Thief. It's called Masterpiece. Years, days, makes no difference to me, babe. You look exactly the same to me. Ain't no time crossing your legs inside the diner, raising your coffee to your lips, the steam. You saw the masterpiece. She looks a lot like you, wrapping her left arm around your right, ready to walk you through the night. You whisper to a restless ear, can you get me out of here? This place smells like piss and beer. Can you get me out? You were asking me how to get you free. I only know the recipe to roam. You saw the masterpiece. She looks a lot like you, wrapping her left arm around your right, ready to walk you through the night. Old stars filling up my throat. You gave them to me when I was born, now they're coming out. Laying there on the hospital bed, your eyes were narrow, blue and red. You took a draw of breath and said to me, you saw the masterpiece. She looks a lot like me, wrapping my left arm around your right, ready to walk you through old friends, old mothers, dogs and brothers. There's only so much letting go you can ask someone to do. So I keep you by my side, I will not give you to the tide. I'll even walk you in my stride, Marie. 'Cause I saw the masterpiece, and she looks a lot like you, wrapping your left arm around my right, ready to walk you through the night. Stephen Miller and William Barr cruising through town in an unmarked car, talking about that jackboot goose-step boogaloo. Well, Stephen and Billy pull out their phones for an incoming text from Alex Jones. Let's do that jackboot goose-step boogaloo. Woo-hoo! Constitution? What Constitution? The pandemic keeps raging on and on like a 4chan post from QAnon, all about that jackboot goose-step boogaloo. And with a victory sign from Roger Stone, Steve Bannon's all set to flood the zone with nothing but jackboot goose-step boogaloo. Boogaloo, boogaloo, woo-hoo. Sorry, I forgot my kazoo. In every city and town across the nation, Chad Wolf don't need no invitation to lead that jackboot goose-step boogaloo. And if Bortak doesn't get their way, get the Proud Boys and the NRA to join that jackboot goose-step boogaloo. Woo-hoo! Hey, dude. That's some sweet tactical gear you got there. Thanks, man. Love your Hawaiian shirt. So help me out, 'cause I can't parse. Is this one the tragedy or the farce? As we repeat that jackboot goose-step boogaloo. And steer clear Portland if you can from the little green man in the rented van. They're doing that jackboot goose-step boogaloo. Ooh, they're doing that jackboot goose-step boogaloo. Sometimes you just gotta laugh at it. Alright, so here's a song that I wrote about 5 years ago for the Rose Bowl Tavern and its regulars. It has a sing-along portion, and here's how it goes. When you hear the word liquid, please stand by, because the next word is the word pain. I just ask that you sing the word pain right along with me in this lovely 3 or 4 part harmony. So choose your note now and pick it up later. Pain, 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 pain. Any one of those notes will do. You can go higher if you like, or lower. Here's the song. It goes a little something like this. It's called Liquid Pain, Procrastination. That I could torch all this regret, just like the interior of that blue Corvette. Well, man, I never should have flicked that cigarette. What is burnt, you can't unsmoke it. And you may wish that no one was to blame, and you will never need to walk that walk of shame, and all the innocence that we would like to claim is bullshit, girl, it's broke because we broke it. But just add a little liquid pain, procrastination. One sip will get you started, 2 shots will set you right. A little liquid pain, procrastination. Why not put off till tomorrow what you don't want to feel tonight? A little liquid pain, procrastination. A little liquid pain, procrastination. Yeah, and you put the hot in real hot mess, and you were careful not to spill it on your dress. Yeah, you sure ain't no damsel in distress. But how the hell did you wake up with that in your bed? And what will we do with this remorse? Except to shrug and say it's about par for the course. It ain't a mystery why it ended in divorce, but it's unclear how this tattoo got on my forehead. It must have been liquid pain, procrastination. 1 sip will get you started, 2 shots will set you right. A little liquid pain, procrastination. Why not put off till tomorrow what you don't want to feel tonight? A little liquid pain, procrastination. A little liquid pain, procrastination. Well, top shelf or tap or well, it's on my breath. You can smell it. Damn, they ought to bottle this stuff and sell it. Liquid pain, procrastination. Liquid pain, procrastination. Thank you, Redbirds of Central Illinois. Thank you, East Urbana. I erase all my old regrets and win all of my bets about the future, 'cause I've been there. And in my time machine, I remember tomorrow just as clear as any yesteryear's sweet sorrow, but forget it, 'cause if there's anything I learn from chasing after old Jules Verne, it's that it's better just to forget it. And that's how my time machine comes to be parked in orbit, give or take a minute or two around now. And if there's anything I learned from chasing after old Jules Verne, it's that it's better just to forget it. And that's how my time machine comes to be parked in orbit, give or take a minute or two around now. Around now. Around now. Around now. Southpaw, the moon was tacked up too far away. So Southpaw, I took it down a notch or two. And Southpaw, I swaddled up that moon in bubble wrap and sealed it up and mailed it off to you from 61801 or 2. Eugene, I am messaging you this photograph. To prove I am going to the mailbox now. And Eugene, I hope that this note finds you, and it finds you well. I can't imagine how. I can't imagine how. Southpaw, you might have written back to me, but as far as I can tell, your letter never came. Southpaw, I will send you off a little paragraph of lies detected on a polygraph, the aftermath of which is just the same. Is Southpaw your real name? Wait, of course not. Eugene, I am wishing you tranquility. Eugene, I am wishing you the sea of tranquility. And if you ever come home again by flying machine, don't even think about me. I got a worried heart, I've got a nervous mind. I can't get no sleep, I can't relax, and I can't unwind. I have lived my life, don't get me wrong, I'm not afraid to die. But everything that I read in the papers says the end is nigh. The city's on fire, the smoke will choke you to death. The whole sky is glowing, there's nowhere to run to, you can't catch a breath. Sweet, sweet California, where once a garden did grow. Now ain't nothing but cinders and ashes, so's you'd never know. We could fix this heat, we could fix these rains, we could fix all these droughts and wildfires burning up through these hills and plains. We could see the light and have the foresight to do the right things, and then summertime could be sweet and easy once again. Said summertime could be sweet and easy once again. I got a worried heart, I got a nervous mind. I can't get no sleep, I can't relax, and I can't unwind. Sweet, sweet California, where once a garden did grow. Now ain't nothing but cinders and ashes, so's you'd never know. The poetry of earth is never dead. When all the birds are faint from the hot sun and hide in cooling trees, a voice will run from hedge to hedge about the new mown mead. That is the grasshopper's. He takes the lead in summer luxury. He has never done with his delights, for when tired out with fun, he rests at ease beneath some pleasant weed. The poetry of earth is ceasing never. On a lone winter evening when the frost has wrought a silence, from the stove there shrills the cricket's song, in warmth increasing ever, and seems to unhinge drowsiness half lost. The grasshoppers among some grassy hills. season. We'll be out in the yard for no particular reason. They're coming on in the alley and all along the train track. Got a pint from the side yard and almost a quart from out back. When it's raspberry season, all the kids that you meet got berry juice on their faces and purple on the soles of their feet. And all the folks with their mowers can keep cutting their grass. I'll be out in the yard working nowhere is hard with raspberry stains on my ass. Ooh-hoo. Ooh-hoo. Well, sure as spring turns to June, soon enough comes July, chasing after the ice cream truck or the flickering of a firefly. We got a good sturdy freezer full of raspberries galore, and every night we will spoon by the light of the moon, just like for 17 summers before. Ooh-hoo. Ooh-hoo. Raspberry season. Well, you asked me to wait for like 5 more minutes while you straighten up a little bit and find your glasses and grab your coat, so I take a look at the poetry magnets on the refrigerator. And here's what the fridge magnets say. They say, expiate contrite fetter through ascetic vicissitudes, unrequited deft dragon, let pithy women spurn you limpidly once. And you know, the funny thing is, I think I know that I think that I know what that means. So you asked me to wait for like 5 more minutes while you feed the pets and then finish the dishes and talk with your roommate about borrowing the car so you can get to the airport next Thursday by 7. So I take a look at the poetry magnets on the refrigerator, and here's what the fridge magnets say. They say, after the mere self-city stultify almost your never avail, tumid for guile and hewn not from you. And you know, the scary thing is, I think I know that I think that I know what that means. So you asked me to wait for like 5 more minutes while you move all the furniture and order some carry-out and shampoo the carpets and finish that chapter of Anna Karenina while shaving your head with an old safety razor and chasing the cat that's escaped down the alleyway while checking your email and painting a picture of Diego Rivera, which was due for your art crits by 10 in the morning, and you hate the professor. So I take a look at the poetry magnets on the refrigerator, and here's what the fridge magnets say. They say, "Dear Anonymous, I've got a great idea. Instead of going out to another cool party with all our clever friends who've all slept with each other, well, why don't we just stay home and play poetry magnets?" Now hang on. When beyond delicate luxury, whisper best underneath chocolate. And you know, beyond anything is, I think you know that you think that I know what that means.
This song, as always, goes out to anyone who's ever worked for tips. The night shift manager, that dickweed, we almost got into a fight. He said that we should keep the whole thing to ourselves, and we said, no way, Trevor, man, it just ain't right. 'Cause no one knows for sure when it was left here. It might have just been a mistake. I personally came this close to ripping it in half, because I mean, how could it not have been a fake? But then I stopped, it had that money paper feel. I said, hey, wait, you guys, this Benjamin is real. That's right, it was $100 bill in the tip jar. It was $100 bill in the tip jar. One coworker jumped clear across the counter. The other scoffed in disbelief. But when it sank in that we got this $100 tip, we huddled round and started to debrief. Like maybe Ms. Half-Calf Cappuccino, you know, the lady with the coats and all those rings. Or could be that law school guy who's always giving you the eye and lecturing us on the finer things. Or how about Mr. Double Shot with eyebrows? That guy? No, I'm guessing it's the couple that wears white. Oh yeah, that's who it was, I bet. Wait, what, you think? Well, don't forget, that couple hasn't been in here all night. And so we speculated all shift long, without a clue as to who was right and who was wrong, about who left us that $100 bill in the tip jar. There was $100 bill in the tip jar. As you might guess, my story has an ending. You might imagine it does not end well. You might think that this sudden pulse of vast and untold riches sends all of us poor baristas straight to hell. Oh well, the truth is that our C note landed safely in our all-staff gratuity accounts. And every one of us who works at the 5th Street Espresso Hut got an even cut of fair and square amounts. Let's see, $100 divide by 33. That's $3.03 for me. And each one of my colleagues from that $100 bill in the tip jar. There really was $100 bill in the tip jar. And that's the story of the $100 bill in the tip jar.
Here's a song I wrote a few years ago. It's called If Only I. So for 20-some years, I've been writing this song, If Only I. Yes, and 20-some years wouldn't seem half as long if only I hadn't worked and reworked it a million times wrong. If only I, if only I hadn't spent all that money on cheap Cabernet. If only I hadn't stammered and stuttered when I knew what to say. Or if only I could have kept my big mouth shut and just walked away. If only I, if only I could have done just what's needed and then left it be. If only I hadn't slipped on the patio and messed up my knee. If only I hadn't yelled at my poor kid, God, she was only 3. If only I, if only smoked cigarettes for like 96 years. If only I hadn't wasted all that energy grinding my gears. If only I hadn't got so bogged down in my worries and fears. If only I, if only could have seen who was just using me as a pawn. If I could fix this damn mower, I'd mow the damn lawn. I could have told Pop I loved him before he was gone. If only I. Now I could pile on more verses, as I'm sure that you know. If only I could get back down to sleep for an hour or so. If only I could just once figure out how to let it all go. If only I, if only I, if only
Remember when we used to dance together? It seems like it was only yesterday. Remember when the music filled the honky-tonks? Remember hanging out with friends at a cafe? Remember when the libraries were open? Remember when the children went to schools? Remember when the sneeze guard at the salad bar protected us from spreading germs? Dear God, we were such fools. Remember that $1.5 trillion they just squandered on that 20-minute long stock market spree? Remember how they slashed pandemic readiness response team funding from the budget of the CDC? Yeah, don't forget it. And remember when we used to go to parties and laugh and hold each other arm in arm? Remember shaking hands with total strangers without fear of causing some kind of irrevocable harm? Yes, remember 2020. Somehow I think we never will forget. And when we think of 2020, may it just seem weird and funny, 'cause we all stayed sane and healthy, and COVID-19 hadn't killed us yet. Yay, we're done. We're done.